Welcome back to the O'Shea vlogcast. Glad to have you back on a hangout. Before I start, I'm going to try to keep the camera on my beautiful face because people have complained about me switching off while I'm doing the vlogcast. So for the sake of the hangout, I will just leave the camera on so that you can continue to look at me and my beautiful face. But what I am many times emailed and asked by men, are foreign women better for American men? Or in other words, are foreign women better for me? Or I'll hear, how are the women in Poland? How are the women in Ukraine? Now, for those of you who know, I've been living here in Poland for going on a year and a half. I've been to multiple European countries, most notably the neighboring country, which is Ukraine. In both countries, Poland and Ukraine are known for the beautiful women that are there. And when you come to a place like Poland or Ukraine, you see a lack of hyper-individualism. Because like in America, it's all about the individual. It's all about what you can get for yourself. It's about me, I. But in Poland and Ukraine, people don't have those type of ideas. It's about the society. It's about the people. It's about family. And so quite naturally, when you have a place that's like that, the economic conditions in places like this, with this sort of mindset towards the country, is down. Now, a lot of American men understand that the women, in these Eastern European countries, and if you go to Russia or Belarus, you're going to find very, 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 very beautiful women. You're going to find educated women. And, if you go to college here in Poland, there's no tuition. So a lot of these women have debt-free educations. A lot of these women are very feminine. But the question would be, are those women still better for you? Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say no, because everybody is different. At the end of the day, it matters what the values are. For example, if you are a chemical engineer and you came to Poland and you were expecting to marry just a hot chick who's a party girl, you're still going to have those same problems that you would have in the United States. So some key elements are going to be the exact same. But in my opinion, in Europe, the women are probably 2 to 3 times more beautiful, 2 to 3 times more in shape. There is a lot of chicks who smoke, and 15 times more polite. Now, and this is coming from a guy who is, very dark-skinned, black. I have a lot of West African features, so it's hard for somebody to tell if I'm from Africa or if I'm from America. I imagine if I was an American white guy, I would get treated a lot different. I would have maybe a lot more opportunities. But being an African American living abroad, for those who send me messages, I can tell you that, yes, the women will treat you a lot nicer. Women are not used to getting approached by men and, ask for their phone numbers or ask on a date. It's something that doesn't happen here. Polish men are not aggressive like American men. Polish men don't have the kind of tenacity to talk to women or to approach women. So a lot of attractive women here don't get dates, don't go out, because that's just the society that they live in. It's a little somewhat suppressed compared to American culture. But at the end of the day, for you American men who are interested in coming overseas, like living where I am, the best scenario for me that I would think is that if you're going to date a woman from a foreign country, if you want to get the right treatment like you want, then the best idea would be for you to move to the country that the lady is living in. Now, the downfall of that is if you don't have a certain type of business, well, then how do you support yourself? How do you finance yourself? Because see, the problem is that once you fly in a woman from overseas and you bring her to America, then you do not know what her intentions are. And I think that's a lot of guys think that foreign women are, they're just that much better. Foreign women are still women. You got to understand that. Now, it's different if you are a Polish American and you come to Poland and you marry a Polish girl. Those two people still have the same values. They still speak the same language. They still are Catholic. So a Polish American guy can easily come to Poland and get a girl who's never been to America, and that marriage is more likely to work out. But if you're an Asian guy looking to date a Polish chick or Ukrainian chick, you're a black guy looking to date a Ukrainian chick or a Polish chick and marry him, I mean, there's a lot of danger involved in that. I mean, because first of all, you don't know that woman's culture. You don't know the tricks and the trade of that woman's culture. And there are many men who get played like that. They go to the Dominican Republic. They'll go over there and they'll marry a chick. Chick's all nice to them. But you don't know the tricks and trades and the fuckery of that culture because the women typically don't show the bullshit like American women do. They're pretty good at acting. And so once you bring her to America, then the chick changes on you. And then all of a sudden she wants to bring over her mother, her father, all of them are living in your house under your dime. And then she divorces you. And then all of a sudden, the dude you thought was her brother was really her boyfriend back in the home state that the home country she was in, and you look stupid. So my advice is: should you travel? Should you seek alternatives elsewhere as far as dating? The answer is yes. It's good for you to get out and travel and see the world. I mean, you're going to be amazed at how nice people are. You'll meet a lot of genuine people. Absolutely. But to put foreign women on a higher category than American women, I think you're making a big mistake. All women are looking for a man to have resources. All women are looking for men to take care of it. All women are looking for these things. So if you're not a man who can do those things, I mean, you're going to have a problem with getting a woman anywhere. But now I will say this, that the women are that much more attractive here than back home. Absolutely. I mean, in Poland, there are chicks who pass out flyers for certain businesses. You will never find a fat, unattractive chick passing out flyers in the mall. Always the most beautiful. Fat chicks understand their role. There's no fat shaming here. I mean, there's beautiful women all across the street. They're walking all the time. I mean, these women make about, I don't know, $2 an hour, something like that. I mean, $80 a week. I mean, that's their pay salary. As far as rent, like a nice place I have right now, I'm living in a new building. I'm the first person to live in it. You can get this in a high part of the city that I'm living in. It'd be $500 a month. I mean, if you're paying $500 a month where I'm living, this is upper middle class. If you want high-speed internet, for example, like through Orange, I'm talking to you on 600 megabits per second through Orange. That's the equivalent of about $25 a month. If you want to get groceries for the month, I mean, you're paying 60% less than you are in the States. So you can do your grocery shopping for about $100 a month. Your utilities, your health insurance, all of those things involved will be about $90 a month, $80 a month. So it's much cheaper. So the way that you're going to get treated more like the king is if you live over a place like this, because once again, those women have those same values in their country. You understand what I'm saying? I have a buddy, for example, that's from Nigeria. He has a Polish wife, and his wife is a housewife. I mean, she treats him as if she would treat any Polish man. You know, she's very obedient. She's very docile. She takes care of the kids. I mean, she's living a happy life because she doesn't expect much from from men. A lot of these guys here, like in Poland or Ukraine, these guys are poor. Okay, so a lot of these women, when they're looking for any kind of man or husband, I mean, a lot of these chicks out here don't even share their own bedroom. They don't even have their own bedroom. For example, I have a 2-bedroom. So the one that I'm doing this vlogcast in, and then I have my bedroom there. So you have beautiful women who look like Playboy models are just excited and happy to have their own fucking room. I mean, an apartment like this, usually there's 5 to 6 people living in a place like this, with somebody sleeping on the floor. That's typical Poland, and not even getting Ukraine. Ukraine's even cheaper than Poland, about 100% cheaper. So when they see a guy like you from America, and you make maybe $1,000 a week, I mean $1,000 a month in Ukraine, you are fucking rich. You're upper middle class. I mean, $1 is like 25 hryvnias. You can buy dinner at a luxury restaurant for 200 hryvnias. It's like $8. That's a big deal in Ukraine. I mean, steak night here in Poland, where I live, on Mondays, I mean, if you spend $25 on a steak dinner, that's a big deal here. You have some people who've never even been to the steakhouse in the city. It's that expensive to them. But at the end of the day, it's going to go back to, do you have the same values? I mean, is a chick educated? Do you and her have the same exact values? That works anywhere you go. Okay? Because these women will use you for your U.S. citizenship and a passport just like anybody else. So, at the end of the day, if you're looking for a more attractive woman or a more beautiful woman, can you find her over in Poland or Ukraine or Belarus? Absolutely, yes. But at the end of the day, is it the more likelihood of you making it out to be like that is for you to live over here? Because once again, when you bring her over to where you're at, I mean, there's no guarantee. Let me answer some questions here. Let's see if anybody has any questions about Poland or Ukraine or any places like that. I'll answer them right now. Let me go into my actual thing here, because I get these kind of questions all the time. Let's see what we got. All right. Because I get these kind of questions all the time. Do they smoke? Okay. Do they smoke cigarettes and weed? What's the first? The first language in Poland is Polish. Okay. So let me kind of talk to you guys about this. If you want to come, let's say for Poland, right? You get a U.S. passport. There's absolutely, you can stay in the country for 90 days, up to 90 days. All right. Now, this is a country that's in the European Union. So the European Union is, countries like, well, formerly United Kingdom, because they've left through the Brexit. You have Germany, you have Belgium, okay, you have Croatia, Romania. You have a lot of different countries that are in the Romania. I think like Hungary, Czech Republic. So, people are not impressed necessarily that you're an American, because you have people from France who come here, people from those kind of countries, and they can freely go to those countries. Now, Polish people cannot go to America. It's hard for them to get there. They can go to Canada. Ukrainian people, Ukraine's not in the EU. Ukrainian people actually come to Poland to make money, and Poland doesn't even have any money to make. So at the end of the day, if you ever want to make a move like the DR, you want to, have a relationship with a chick, the best thing I would say is, it's probably okay to come out here, date her for a while, go back. But, you have to be, make a lot of good decisions as if you want to bring this chick back with you. Because a lot of times you don't know what you're getting into. A lot of chicks are willing to do anything to get out of their life struggle right now. I mean, if you go to Thailand, you go to the Philippines, those women are willing to do whatever it takes to get out of those countries. So once again, it has to do with your values. You know, the more structured you are as a person, the better. Now, what I will say is there's no worshiping of thug culture. Now, you know, in Ukraine and Poland, you are actually really worshipped as a man for doing well in society. So, you know, it's not like in, you know, the Black America or anything of that where, you know, chicks are just gunning for the guy who's the bad boy. I mean, that doesn't work here. If you are a guy and you are actually trying to do something with your life, trying to do something positive, a lot of women will gravitate towards you for that. That's very well looked up here. So with that regards, you do have a better chance of getting a better quality chick here. Yes. Yes. Like I said, I would always recommend if you can come here or a place like Ukraine, you know, just to be able to come here for a week or 3 days is not going to be enough. You know, for you to be able to do, for example, a guy like Philco. A guy like Philco's been in Russia for 3 to 4 years. He lives in Novosibirsk, Russia. He makes a ton of money off of YouTube and other things. His rent is $380 a month. And he lives in an apartment that even looks better than this. Okay? I believe his internet might be $10 a month. His groceries might be like $40 a month. And he's surrounded around just absolutely gorgeous women. Now, if you want to be a guy like Philco, which he hasn't made because there's, you know, Russia has like, I don't know what, for every 100 women, there are 82 men. So there's a surplus of women. The same thing in Ukraine also. So the best thing is if you want to make a move out of the country, you need to start visiting that country and coming back and then visit that country again and come back and then make connections where you can actually stay in that country or at least live there half time. You know, that's the only way that's going to work. You know, that way you're not really risking a lot. You know, it's good to be able to come back to that country, get some things established for yourself, have your money follow you. Then that's how I see it. In that case, foreign women are better than American women. But what happens is once you bring foreign women to the United States, they get cultured into feminism. They get cultured in everything else. For example, if I give you a job and you're willing to pay, and I'm willing to, you're glad to get paid $10 an hour, right? You're glad with that. You're okay with that. But then I'll say, hey, I'll give you $25 an hour. You'll be like, okay, cool. I'm giving you $25 an hour. You're used to that. I try to go back down to $10 an hour. You won't like that, right? Because you're used to getting $25 an hour. That's what's going to happen when you bring, you know, a lot of these chicks to America, unless that chick is already rich. And you can find a rich chick, you know, from Ukraine or a rich chick from Poland. It's going to be very difficult to find that because a lot of people are poor here. But yeah, if you find a chick that has a lot of money that's doing well, and you are doing well, then, you know, it's going to be less of a problem because the girl already comes from a rich family. Now, if the girl comes from a poor family, obviously those are going to be red flags. I mean, she'll do anything. She'll fuck you. She'll suck your dick. She'll do everything she can, tell you she loves you to get to America. And then once she gets there, she'll take you for what you got. It's very possible. So I think American men need to be cautious. The foreign women are nicer up front. You know, they're very cheerful. They don't believe in disrespecting men, but their ulterior motives are hidden and you can't tell it because you're not used to dealing with foreign women. You know, you're not used to dealing with it. So if you're not used to dealing with the kind of issues that foreign women have, well, then obviously, you know, when you are in their court, you're not ready for the tricks. And by the time you realize that it's too late. So I just wanted to kind of go over that quick broadcast here real quick. I'm actually going to be interviewing some people that are from Poland, like some chicks here, and do an interview. You guys can ask some questions. Weather is cold as shit. Food is nasty as shit. So, any guys have any except for American food. They have like, I don't know, depends on your taste. Anybody that has any questions, email me at planetoshay@gmail.com. I'll be back on my other channel. I really appreciate you guys supporting this channel. I just bought so check this out before I go. So because you have been sharing my videos, I've been able to upgrade my stuff. I have a new MacBook Pro now. I have a new Blackout Yeti. And this is going to be my new vlogging camera. This is my Panasonic 4K camera that I've just purchased. I'm broke now. It's $1,000. So the key to this channel is based off of this camera. So I'll be walking around Europe, touring the city. I got a wonderful editor. We're going to do a whole season with this particular camera, documenting every day, single day of my life. So it's going to be hilarious. I'm going to be in different countries and stuff like that. So that's why this is called the Vlogcast, because once again, I'm podcasting and then I'll be vlogging using this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this particular camera. I'm not a technical savvy person, but I do have a guy who we're going to set this up. I'm going to have a tripod put in here, and then we'll be just filming everywhere. So subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a lot of interesting things happening here, a lot of interesting interviews happening here. You'll be meeting people in my medical school, people from Poland, people from Ukraine, ways that you can make money out here. All of that we're going to bring to this channel. This is not going to be too much of a Black community channel. That's my other channel. This is going to be more about travel, more about my personal life, more about things I like to do, and things of this nature. So thanks for all the support. Let me just get some shout outs real quick, and then I'll be out. Was I smashing it? Nah, I wasn't smashing. John Wick, thank you so much. Kalia, shout out to you. John Wick, shout out to you. Like Entity, Sharp Wanker, Full Circle, Taylor Watson, Beware, Simply Deep, John Wicker. All right. So, as you know, the buffoon is at an all-time high. See you guys later. And thank you for supporting the Vlogcast. I'm out.